It's just 5 days to go until the Paralympics, and today the flame was brought back to the region.
The cauldron was lit in Trafalgar Square this morning, and then 6 flame ambassadors from across the region each lit a special miner's lantern to bring the flame back to their local celebrations. Kim Riley is at one of those celebrations now, and he's at Needham Lake in Suffolk. Kim.
That's right, Needham Lakes, and there's loads of people here, as there have been all afternoon, and the numbers I think are going to build into the evening. We're just on the edge of the lake here. Now, if ever there was any doubt that the public would rally behind the Paralympians as they did around the Olympic stars a couple of weeks ago, I think the question's been answered. People have really turned out. Paralympian today, Dan Gordon, he brought a lantern back, the kind of lantern you were mentioning, back to Cambridge to start festivities there. And as far as he was concerned, a local girl did the honours, and we'll hear from her in a moment. Festivities continue into the evening. There'll be a twilight lantern procession, and then of course a firework display which will be set off from across the lake here. But let's start the day, as you mentioned, back in Trafalgar Square. The ceremonial cauldron lit by Claire Lomas, who completed this year's London Marathon in a bionic suit. Among the flame ambassadors who took lanterns out to their home counties, gold medalist Danny Crates.
It's pretty awesome, actually. As an ex-Paralympian, it means a lot to me, and the flame represents everything that the Games are. So it's quite special to pick it up. I'm going to take it back to Essex today and take it to County Hall, and then next time I see this will be in the stadium when I'm working.
Suffolk's Amy Nettleton arriving with her lantern at a civic reception at the council offices in Needham Market. A local artist and keen wheelchair basketball player, she lost the use of her legs following an operation that went wrong at the age of 18. Was the flame a bit of a responsibility to bring back?
Yeah, it was a huge responsibility. It was quite nerve-wracking, particularly because we just brought it back in the car, actually. People were transporting it on the train, on the tube, so I think it was a bit safer in the car with us, really. But yeah, no, it was quite nerve-wracking.
Also at the reception, a little bemused by the antics of a one-man band, members of the Rwandan Paralympics team. This afternoon, the crowds have been gathering in their thousands at Needham Lakes. And the sports zone, an open invitation to everyone to get involved. The Bury Bombers Wheelchair Basketball Club had a big following. It's a long way up when you're sitting down.
10 foot is quite high. When I was young, I thought, I'm never going to get that in there. But now I can get in nearly, not every time, but nearly enough.
Is it a great game?
It is fantastic. I love it.
It's been a free celebration for all ages, and it's struck a chord as enthusiasm builds towards what everyone hopes will be the greatest Paralympic spectacle ever. I'm very honoured to have with me now a Paralympian from Felixstowe, and it's Michael Harvey Murray. Michael, when was your Paralympics?
I was an archer in the Paralympics in 1984 and 1988.
And what's your memories of that?
I think my most abiding memory is coming into the Olympic Stadium in Seoul in 1988 with the British team, where it was just fantastic atmosphere. Thousands, and the whole stadium was full, and the roof was, if there had been a roof, it would have been lifted off with the cheering.
Do you kind of envy our lot this year who are going to appear in front of a home crowd?
It's going to be tremendous for them because, as you say, with the home crowd, they'll have the whole sort of country behind them, and probably a huge number of percentage of people in the stadium will be British, supporting the British team, and they will really have the most fantastic reception.
Are we expecting a great cluster of gold, silver, bronze?
I think it's going to be pretty good with a home crowd behind them and home games as well, yeah.
I guess the big question is, what will this do for the Paralympic Games, in history terms?
Well, it's coming back to where its origins were in 1948, so I think people will already, as you can see the crowds here, beginning to realise the significance of the Paralympics and its origins in Britain, and it will carry forwards into the next, for the future really, and particularly for these children around us here. Hopefully they will remember it, the Olympics and the Paralympics.
And I guess what it also means is they could be inspired to take it up, and all abilities can be inspired too.
Yeah, whether they've got any sort of disability or able-bodied, there's the Olympics and the Paralympics. And we've seen here huge numbers of people with disabilities actually trying some of the sports that are Paralympic sports.
Do you think that the public will really get behind? I was saying the public will. It looks like they will.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. And the flame arrives here, the splinter flame arrives here this evening, and there's a big celebration here at the lakes, at Needham Lakes. So yes, without any doubt, and the coverage will be good coverage on television as well.
Thank you very much, Michael. Nice to see you, and congratulations on your Paralympic history. And lots of people here all supporting the Paralympians. Yes, they are. And the people will be gathering around the lake this evening. So generally a great atmosphere and lots of things happening over the weekend. Check your local radio stations, your BBC station.